Hello and welcome back to the IH farm. I know it's sacrilegious. I'm opening us up with a John Deere, but I do not have a sprayer that is IH or another brand. There was a Kuker sprayer on FS19, but I have not found that, so we're going to go with this one. And I'm actually going to drive the old truck up there to get it. We'll go up to the store, and then I'm going to place a tank, kind of like the one I did for seed. I'm going to place a tank that we can use to fill the fertilizer. Yes, we're still in September, but literally this episode, I'm planning on it as soon as the planter is done. The guy the worker that we have planting the barley field, as soon as that is done, we will advance the day. But I wanted to go ahead and get the sprayer so that we would have it ready to go, and then next month we can go ahead and spray our fields with this. So I don't know what, I didn't look at what horsepower it's gonna need. We'll go ahead and take a look at it here. We should have wrong menu, we need the P menu, and then in here, if we go to the sprayer, it says, it doesn't say. Alright, well, let's look under here, and it says it needs, it doesn't say. I'm gonna guess that means that pretty much anything will run it. So maybe we'll use the H. Or we could even try this little utility tractor. I'm wondering the best place to put the fill point, though, for it. Keep driving around with this bale back here. I should toss that out, too. But, hey, I don't know how you guys are feeling about this farm, but I like how it's taking shape. Got the driveway here. I don't know why we have rock instead of gravel texture, but, you know, can fix that eventually. We've got the silo. Some storage parking here. I need to find a good place to keep the harvester. I don't remember if it fits in here. I don't think it fits completely. So maybe we put the harvester in our new round building? I don't know what to call this. But the original idea is to have a place to park these long things so I don't have to try to back them up. So I don't know if the harvester, I don't think the harvester fits down here. This will be the two trucks and then maybe a few other things, but I don't think the harvester, I think it's too wide to fit in there. Alright, we'll check in on the worker. This is looking like, you know, a little bit more time. I'm wondering, should we put the, maybe I'll put the new tank. We want liquid fertilizer. So liquid fertilizer tank. With the toggles facing that way, we should be able to just drive right up to it. Or walk right up. Now, see, you can buy 10,000 liters, but I don't want to buy that much. I would assume that that tank probably holds around 1,000, so we'll do that. Alright, now since it put me into this, I'm just gonna try this for kicks. Will this work? Nope. The header is clearly too big. And I am clearly driving straight into the pillar. What the heck? There we go. Well, I mean, the right thing to do is to buy a header trailer, put the header on the header trailer, back the header in, then back this in. So that's probably what we'll need to do. We're not hooked up, correct? We are still hooked. There it goes. That was a weird little delay on that. And yes, as you can see, I did not put the plow away. I really want to use that utility tractor, but it's really bad at backing up, and I have a feeling I may have to back this sprayer up to fill it, at least. So we'll try this. If this doesn't work, we can always use the 1086 or the big tractor that's right now just on the hay wagon. Now, when I filled the seed spreader, or the seed spreader, the seeder, when I got over here, I had to hit N and then R, so I don't know if this is going to be difficult. There we go. Just hit R. Oh, look at that. It's a perfect 1000. So, as I was talking earlier, I was thinking I don't have to wait until next month to do this. I should be able to do the first application right now. So we will do that. Alright, here we go. Is it taking? Yeah, it is. Perfect. Oh, I like that. That's perfect size for this farm. Oh, I like that a lot. The H pulls it just fine. Not too big, not too small. Let's go ahead up to here. I'm not going to do a headland. I'm just going to do back and forth, I think. Yeah, this is good. This is a nice size. And I don't know if we're going to do herbicide or not. Feels like it makes sense to do that, but this is a sweet little setup. I just need to go in and edit it and make it red. Can't have all this green equipment. What do I have? A green chopper, a green sprayer. And actually the cedar that I almost got, planter, I guess cedar's the right word. The cedar that I almost got just came out on the Mod Hub like a week or so ago, is also a John Deere, but it's like from this era. Tank is empty. Shoot. Wow. Okay. Well, a GG's. Man, I need to do something about that. The terraforming is terrible. It's not the game's fault either. I'm not saying it is. Just saying I'm bad at terraforming. Well, especially when you put in a building, there's nothing you can do about it. It just kind of universally goes to a flat plane. 600. That should be enough. This 1206 I like so much. I really like this tractor. I like all the tractors, I gotta be honest. I mean, the utility I don't like because the reverse is so slow, but they all have, what I like about the tractors we have on this farm is they're all kind of good for their own thing. Like, the big one is probably the most universal. What? No, stop. What are you doing? It was stopped manually because you're not doing the job. What the heck, dude? Okay, try again. See, there you go. You're killing it. Alright. By the time we get this done, they'll be pretty close to being done as well. That's my theory. If you also play this game, let me know about your farm down in the comments. Love to know what kind of equipment you're running, what kind of animals or productions, whatever you like doing. I've had a fair number of comments where people said that they also like IH tractors, which makes sense. So let me know if you have any tractors that you run that we don't have here that you know think would be a good fit. As you can tell, we have a kind of a little bit of a vintage feel to it. I'm trying not to buy a bunch of brand new stuff, but depending upon how old you are, you might not think of these tractors as being all that vintage, but they are to some of us, so they're certainly not new. There was a tractor, I don't know if you guys know this one, that came out for FS19. It was a Case IH newer tractor, like a 105 or a 110, something like that. It was, I really liked it, but I only used it in one series. Back on my main channel, it was called Pap's Farm. It had terrible viewership, but the storyline behind it was, you know, like this grandson inherits Pap's farm, but he hadn't been there in years and years. So he finally shows up to the property thinking like, oh, okay, this is gonna be so cool, and he gets there and it's nothing but an empty field. Turns out Pap never never got around to doing the farming, and so the grandson in the storyline decides he's going to build a farm, a proper farm for Pap. So in the in the playthrough, I add that I think it was a 110, that Case IH tractor. It's like a utility. It's bigger than a utility tractor, but not a full size ag tractor, if you will. Um, is that stopped? No, he's still going. So it was a lot of fun doing that series, but I only probably did 3 or 4 episodes with that tractor before I had to pull the plug on it because the juice was no longer worth the squeeze, and then FS22 came out, so I quit using it. But I'm waiting for somebody to put that tractor onto 22. It always tripped me up, confuses me, whatever you want to say. Um, you know, when the new game comes out, of course I want all my favorite mods. You know, people are funny about that. Like and I don't want to go blasting modders and say like, why don't you put this on the new game? You know, I mean, people have lives, people have stuff to do. Nobody is a full-time modder that I'm aware of. I don't think there's anybody that can make enough money off of the mods to do it full time. There are people that have a career out of YouTube, like the Squad, and I would assume DJ Goham and probably Clutch. I don't know about Virtual Farmer. I would assume Sim Farmer probably makes a living. I don't know about Daggerwin. I would assume so because he has a ton of subs. You know, and he has such a back catalog. He probably makes more money from his back catalog of FS19 and even 17 videos to almost survive off of, let alone all the new stuff that comes out. So, you know, somebody like that probably makes it, but I think it'd be cool if there was a way. I know that some modders do like Patreon, and that's a touchy subject in the community, but I think it'd be interesting if there was a way for modders to actually do it full time. Um, I think there's probably a way that we could make that happen. I don't make I'm not monetized yet, so I don't make any money off of my videos, but I feel like if I was in a position, let's say I was like squad, you know, the squad somewhere at that level, I think it'd be neat to like maybe you don't pay for mods because that's against Giants terms and services, but what if you had a modder who was on your staff whose job it was to like create unique content, you know, like make their job description creative asset something or other. You know what I mean? Like you could have them make you mods as a part of your company, your operation, without saying like, oh yes, I want you to make this one tractor for me, and I'm gonna pay you $500 for it. But instead, just say like, hey, you're helping to make the content for this next video series. It just so happens that I need these 3 tractors and this pickup truck and whatever else. And, you know, you pay the person to be a modder. I think there is a way, you know, where there's a will, there usually is a way. Okay, good. He's on his last strip there, so we can get this all done and we can advance the season at the end of the season. I said it again, dang it. We can advance the month. Well, I'm glad I got this sprayer. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna be a little bit janky doing it this way, but I feel like almost all of my screenshots, well, not all of them. I was gonna say all of them are this tractor, but I definitely have some, the 38, 38, 55, 55, 38, you know, the big tractor. I'm terrible with model numbers. I only have like 4 or 5 to remember, and I can't remember any of them. I'm gonna have to write them down. I know some of you are probably like proper tractor guys, gear people, and you're like, how can he forget the model number of a tractor? I'm just not that smart, guys. Some of you might know this, but my background is I'm a little more on the book smart side of things and a little less on the practical and mechanical side of things. It's kind of been my curse my whole life. I've tried to be mechanical, but not really there. So one of many reasons why I prefer my farming to be virtual. If a tractor broke in the field and I was responsible for fixing it, it would not get done. I can tell you that right now. Are you done, AI worker? Hey, let's go. Good timing. I was just chewing them out, and now they're done. So we'll get this, what is this, 1, 2, 3, 4 more passes, I would say. And then we'll advance the season. We'll advance the month. And next episode will be no longer September. I'll have to I'll have to play the Blink 182 song. Wake me up when September ends. Oh no, no, straight out. See, come on now. I should have just turned it off at the end like I've been doing. I get too willy-nilly. You know, I get excited. Oh, I'm about to be done with this job. But I'm glad we're getting this. I really like fertilizing when you can see where you've been. I hate that when the crop has grown so much that you can't see where you've been. So I'm glad we're getting it done for that reason. And the rain held off. If you look at the little cloud up there in the right-hand corner, I was afraid that that was going to start. I mean, it's already 2 o'clock in the afternoon and it hasn't rained yet, so that's very good. I'm going to do this real quick and move this tractor out of the way. Now that we have this other field up here, I don't. It doesn't feel so weird that I built this other shed this far away. You know, it feels like it fits to me. I'd love to hear your feedback on the overall setup of the farm. I mean, it feels realistic to me. Oh, geez, camera work. All right, 2 more passes up and down, and we're good to go. Or is it down and up? Same difference. Alrighty. I really like this setup. I know I said that a couple times already. I feel bad repeating myself, but I just do. You can probably hear the joy in my voice just talking about it. It just feels right. When you get a setup dialed in, it just feels right. That's what this game is all about for me. Like, I like the different equipment and I like progressing, but I also like when it just feels, dang it, like when you get an environment that feels correct. Now, okay, so here's the thing. I'd be curious to hear what you guys say. But when you are playing, like, see how there's that 1.5 feet here on the left that's not getting covered? There are some farm sim YouTubers that I've watched who would go back through and they would spend whatever that is, like another 10 liters of fertilizer just to get that little section that I missed. They would do that. For me, it's such a small amount that I missed that it's not going to really affect the yield that much, and I wouldn't fuss with it. Like, I'm literally just going to drive back now. And I'm curious. See, I'm more bothered by this corner that I missed than I am that couple feet section down there. What kind of player are you? Are you the kind that goes back, or are you the kind that just says heck with it? Like, it's not gonna affect the yield that much, so don't worry about it. 277 liters left. The other thing I like about this sprayer is that it's 2-wheel. So it shouldn't be as hard to back up as some of the other stuff. Although for right now, I do believe I'm just going to leave the H here. Wait, can I sleep in either door? Oh, interesting. Oh, that's a wardrobe. I don't want to change my appearance. I want to sleep. Let's get up at 8 o'clock October. There went the rain. We're going to have to feed the cows in the morning. 8 a.m. October with rain on the way. Let's go. All right. Well, I think we'll pick it up here in the next episode. Thanks so much for checking this one out. If you stuck with me to the end, you are a superhero, and I really appreciate you. So we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.